If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So now, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right. Today is January 29th. Thank you for listening in Florida and all around the world. Today's show is sponsored by Digital Masters Company. Digital Masters Company is one of Florida's top 10 2020 digital ad agencies. Contact them for all your website graphic SEO needs. Their rock star team of web designers are ready to make it happen. Also, contact Triumph Solutions for all your tax needs. You can reach them right now, tax season at theremote.bookkeepers.com to schedule an appointment.
Well, good evening there, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing good, trying to get that intro out. That's all.
Eh, you know what they say that practice makes perfect.
We've been talking in front of, people and homeowners for a long time, but the microphone and the screen here is a little bit different.
Welcome to COVID-19, post-COVID-19.
I definitely got to learn how to use the mic, plug it into the computer, all the different XLR, USB cables and fun stuff. It's all, there's a plethora of information on the YouTube channels. And that's one thing, we'll touch today is the whole learning aspect of if you want to learn it, just open it.
And absolutely. I think that the one thing we should do to our audience is to give them a chance to know who we are and what we do and how did we get here. And I think it's only fair that we share that and they'll have a better understanding of who we are and what we stand for. What do you think about that?
No, yeah. And it's one thing to let the audience know a little bit about us. As you were saying that, the first thing that came to mind, like, when's the last time you've been to a theme park?
Honestly, around 30 days ago.
Did you,
We
were you
were
on any
at
serious
SeaWorld.
roller coasters where were you? Sorry.
We went to SeaWorld and some roller coaster. And, we actually, during the COVID-19, I believe we actually went at least 4 or 5 times.
Where during COVID you're experiencing the theme parks and
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We went to
okay.
Busch Garden probably a couple weeks after it opened. Um, then we went to SeaWorld a couple times. And then another time we went to, again, back to Busch Garden.
You know,
We,
I love the theme parks. With Mason, my son being 7 years old now, I get to be a kid again. And the whole, when where I was younger, going to the park, you would see, certain people with masks on, and you're like, why do they have masks? And what do they know that we don't? Today, you go to any theme park, store, mall, it's a mask world.
and I don't really want to get too out of topic, but do you think about this for a moment about theme park, especially Disney World? How many people love wearing Disney clothes in Disney World? I mean, people actually pay money and big money so they can have that Disney shirt, that Disney hat.
Wait, are we
Man,
saying this is a marketing stunt? Are we going somewhere to the masks?
tell me about it. What do you think about that?
Oh,
Huh? I mean, I think
there
we
you
can
go.
probably do a
Mind
topic
blowing.
on that on a future
All right.
show.
Well, talking about being back on topic, what was the question that started us off in this tangent?
No, we wanted to go ahead and kind of give a little introduction of
And
who.
then I started talking about the roller coasters. Exactly. So yes, the roller coasters. It's a roller coaster of experience. You have the highest highs and the lowest lows. You'll go left, right in the blink of an eye, and it'll be on your ass in 2 seconds. But where to start? When did we meet each other again? Where did it all start? Florida Home Improvements, one of the largest hurricane impact window company in Florida. This isn't an advertisement for them at all, but that was, my chance and opportunity to kind of grow and develop into building decent teams in the home improvement sales industry. And you were a pretty decent part of that.
Well, I have built probably around 6 or 7 times teams, and have been very successful at it. And there's other than hard work, there are some key elements that again, for future show, we should go ahead and definitely share some of that success. But it boils down to just training, having a plan, measuring, and so on and so forth. But I do remember we met close to 6 years ago already. How time flies, huh?
It really does. Sometimes I say it was 3 years ago, and sometimes I say it was 9. I can't really put a finger on it, but I'll tell you what, time has flown. Mason has turned into definitely a little boy now, and he kind of sees the home improvement industry, and it's pretty neat. Being building teams and from in-store promotions to the home improvement industry, we really had an opportunity to interview all types of people, and at the same time train all types of people. I couldn't put a finger on it, and I can talk out of my what all day, but how many people could you possibly say that we've maybe gotten on the phone before we've seen them for an interview to hire for any type of position?
I mean, always. I mean, I recruiting is a big part of creating teams and developing teams and making sure you got the right people. And one of the things I always talk about when you're creating teams is that, imagine if you have a baseball team that they're all or a football team and they're all Tom Brady's. It will be the most unsuccessful team ever. So
wait, you're talking about Tom Brady as a lineman, Tom Brady's a wide receiver, he's the center, the punter, and the kicker?
I'm talking about the best of the best on every single position, like a Tom Brady on every single. That team will not work.
Why? Because of the head, the ego, or what?
It's just definitely ego. That will definitely not.
Being a sales trainer and interviewing people and talking to even homeowners or just somebody in retail, it's a humbling experience at the end of the day. You have to be humble to be successful in any realm of sales or business. If you don't drop that ego, it's going to be tough. It took me a long time to learn that, for sure. I'm always the loud mouth in the room and have to get the last word, but more
well,
times
imagine
you'll see
having
me sit
10
back
of
now.
those in the sales room.
Yeah.
It will be chaos.
Or imagine having 7 of those in a minivan going to the turf.
No, but the one thing that definitely when we first met and we worked together, the one thing I'm pretty proud of is that we, within 3-4 months, I believe, we grew that business almost 300%. And even though our time was kind of short, and we can put it in the common denominator of some of the failures in people's life is is greed. And we just kind of we went our own merry
I
own
love where you
ways.
say that the failure in people's life is greed. That's a good
Absolutely.
that's a good quote by Rafael Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen, our host.
Absolutely.
But that's so true, because how many, we had it so good. We had the brand, we had, the brand, the appearance, and the mojo going when we were really building that team. And at the end of the day, we put in a lot of work. We had almost 20 to 27 people on any given day out there.
Oh yeah.
What was the top revenue? It was over $1 million a month we did in Windows, 1 point something.
We actually got to 1.6 million, and we went when we got there, it was below 5. So that gives you an idea within a few months, the revenue, 300%. I mean, the numbers don't lie. But one thing I wanted to kind of, that there's a lot of times that destiny and things that happen kind of happens, and you never know why. And even though we had a great success, we kind of went on our own merry way, and we've been crossing each other in different ventures, and I think in the past 3 years we've been working together, and we've been very successful at what we done. But I do want to go ahead and ask you to share is, how did you get here? How did you get from when we first met? How did you get there?
Well, when you first met me, I was a pain in the butt to myself, probably my family members, definitely to my now almost wife. We're getting married here soon, but I was a pain. It took a lot of humbling experiences, which knocking on doors for at least a year and a half straight for 6 days a week. It was a grind. Not only doing that, you're training people to do it at the same time, which made it extremely easier for me to be out there on a day because I'm helping somebody else and building something at the same time. But fast forward from the Florida home improvement experience till today, we went and worked with, I couldn't put my finger on it, but we can look over all the different spreadsheets and all the different pricing schemes that we were offering to, not schemes but plans that we were offering to home improvement companies. And we would write plans for percentages of revenue, and we would do the lead generation, we would do the marketing, we would come in and kind of just take over the door knocking side of the company, or even offer them leads, and one company's paying X for this service, and would provide confirmed leads. It went from that to really trying to figure out, okay, I see all this money and lead generation. Everybody likes leads. Everybody's talking to me because we can get leads. So I'm onto something here. I know how to get leads. So everybody, likes that. That raises everybody's eyebrow. And then I'm like, why do they like leads so much? So, when I started talking with you, Ralph, we really got into the numbers of the business, construction wise, what cost is, what margin is, what it really needs to get done. And more importantly, help finding good work to get the jobs done. So after looking, in and out of all the different aspects of running a construction company, I was like, look, I don't need a GC license. I love the house. I love the homeowner. I love the finished project of beautiful windows, kitchens, roofs, whatever it may be. And then, today I'm in a spot where I can look at the house and basically know the cost to build it. So knowing the cost behind things have been, pretty beneficial. To today, I can sit back, kind of focus on marketing and really have confidence that, hey, this is a proven industry for me over 8 years. I started from knocking on doors, not knowing absolutely anything about hurricane impact roofs and windows, to, today knowing pretty much everything you need to know. And that's a pretty good feeling.
But Alex, the one thing I like you to share is that talk about your Direct TV days.
That was the first rise and grind process. Do you want to call it? Because every day was a grind. Direct TV. What a great experience that was. That actually helped. They teach you very simple, basic business minded mentalities, like follow the 8 steps to success and your 4 impulse factors and your 5 steps to a conversation. And after 6 months working with them, I think we hired and trained about 20 some odd people, got a good team to stick. We were in and out all the states of Florida. The company probably ended up opening, I was one of 118 offices when it started, maybe from just 4 offices, and that was from all promotion from within. So that was a very cool experience to see, the mind of marketing and the power of basically promotion from within. The whole idea is you train somebody to sell your product, and then train that person to train somebody how to sell your product. So then we interview a few people together and train a few people together, and then 3 people down the line, you're making enough margin to say, okay, let's open this person up in LA. Let's open this person up in Jacksonville. And that's a whole concept there. It's not, some people might call it the pyramid scheme or this, that, and the other, but no, it's hustle and grind and sell and produce and teach somebody how to do the same.
Alex, it's all about training the trainer. I did study accounting, and I got a couple degrees, one in accounting, another one in human resource. Got my master's in business intelligence, and I've been more of the academic geek that saw that in sales you make more money than just sitting behind an office, and it's more fun, but I am a numbers guy, and that's the reason why I did extremely well. I wanted to change pace, and I was the marketing manager for True Green Camwan for
True
five,
Green,
six
they are
years.
known, absolutely known for their marketing campaigns on the ground.
Oh, absolutely. And we rolled out the door to door when the phone situation happened, the do not call, and we did extremely well. And it's all numbers.
So imagine that the True Green product is just like a home improvement product. When we talked about toilets and kitchens selling last episode over the phone, how easier is it to sell True? What is it? Sorry, the True Green, right?
True Green,
Yeah,
yes.
so True Green products. It's keep your yard green and clean and out of weeds. And you're selling that over the phone versus in person. What would you rather do? I've done both. I don't have a preference. It's I do have a preference. Sorry. If it's like a million degrees outside and I'm sweating, knocking on doors, like, come on. I would rather be in a call center. But other than that, put me outside.
Well, I ran call centers and 40 people, and it's fun. It's adrenaline rush. The good news about being in a call center is that you have more contacts compared to door to door. So you're you're constantly going to the next person to give that presentation, because it's all about presentation. It's all about attitude and approach. And the one thing I used to tell people is that I'm gonna go ahead and teach you. And within 3 days, I used to put people on the phone, and they will go ahead and make sales. And you ask yourself, how can somebody from the street come in, know so much about the agronomics and how what this does and what this does? No, you know what we taught uh, objections. That's what we taught. Work with the objection, follow the script, and you guide the conversation. And all you need to know is two or three different true facts, and that makes you an expert. And I tell you, in our division, we had in the state of Florida, the top 10 salespeople, eight of them were from our branch, eight out of 10.
That's not
So
too
we
bad.
created top guys by just following a process that that made accolades and within the company. And of course, that's it was fun while it lasted. And
Everything's fun while it lasted.
the company got some people might know the history behind True Green. They used to be part of Service Masters, then they broke off. They were a public company that became private. And anytime, and remember, one of the first things I said about greed, greed is all evil.
It doesn't
uh,
work.
Investors, when they come in, they're trying to just get money out, whichever way they can, and they really change the whole structure.
You always hear about that. And even, I talk a lot of construction world, but that's the realm I'm in right now. You hear a lot of, construction companies selling for a decent amount. And you're like, okay, wow, real quick, Eco Window Systems. Did you see that sale, by the way?
No.
Holy smokes, upwards of $100 million. I believe PGT was a purchaser, but that's besides the fact. But we were selling Eco Windows when Impact Windows were starting to become a thing in Hollywood, Florida. Being over in Fort Myers now, that seeing the market, that was created by, just a couple solid marketing efforts by, some big time home improvement companies to really make a impact for Impact Windows. But yeah, I'm over here now, so I'm excited to spread that word. But back to how we met, and a little bit about me. Okay, I got the DirecTV experience. That was great. A lot of knocking on door experience. But tell us a little bit about your background. The True Green. Did you were in the military at one point?
Yes, I was. 82nd Airborne Division. I jumped out of planes. Only two things fall out of the sky: airborne and bird doo doo. And
Don't
let
want to
me
get hit
tell
with
you,
either of them.
I love skydiving. I haven't done it for a while. That's I leave it to the young guys, but the best experience. Even my wife has two jumps under her belt. Um, we did it many, many, many moons ago.
Like, I'm
You might have
sorry,
been a kid
but
when.
if that airplane engine is going out, go ahead. Give me a parachute. I'll jump. But if the engines are running and it can land, okay, we're landing.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's
No.
fun. It's fun. I
Yeah,
wish
my
I,
little brother's jumped a couple times. He's been saying I should try.
yeah, but anyways, I was gonna say that one of the things that I enjoyed the most out of jumping out of plane is the tranquility. You have around 30 to 45 seconds of just quiet, just the air just rushing through your face at 185 miles an hour. Exactly. And
Yeah,
you're
no, I
able to
bet. And your
see
cheeks are
from one
flapping in the
side to
wind.
the other. But that
How
just
many
tells
jumps
you
do you
how
have total, do you
adventurous I
think?
am.
No, for sure. How many jumps do you think
Was.
you have total?
I'm sorry?
How many jumps do you think you have total?
54.
Awesome.
Couple of them tandem, couple of them halos. Um, Tandem basically means 2,000 square feet. You're tied in, so when you jump out, the parachute opens, and then high altitude, low opening. You jump, you free fall, and then open shoot. That was the good old Army days, long, long, long time ago. And then
You
from
know, I'm
there,
not going to touch base on your age again, but you said long a few times there.
just I that was in 1985.
All right. Just so everybody is relative of time, I was born in 1987.
So I was jumping out of plane before you were even born.
I did not know that. See, you learn something new every day.
And you're learning my deep secrets. What can I tell you?
No, definitely. So, look, you got to learn us a little bit. We didn't expect to go live or even post any of these podcasts right off the bat, but we were extremely excited. We still have a launch date that's probably going to be somewhere. I want to say around March once we get tuned. If it's before that, we'll definitely let you know. But we're our sponsors are scripted, our intros halfway there, and we're being real and live. So definitely all inputs welcome. Please like, share, subscribe, tune in. We do have ideas and a regimen that we will not stick to if something else pops up. We're here to give you something to talk about tomorrow. My name's Alex DeLuca again, and my host Rafael Rodriguez, wants you guys to come back as much as possible. What do you say, Ralph?
Well, I thank you so much, Alex. Again, my name is Rafael Rodriguez. One of the things that we were talking about it earlier today is that there's a lot of topics in the business world, and the idea is to kind of touch as much as we can in a superficial way, and then if anybody has a question or wants to hear something, don't please reach out. You got the contact information below, and
Are we going
any
to be able
question.
to be when we're all set up with the YouTube channel, with the podcast? Are we able to be live and answer questions at the same time and have interaction? How's that going
We
to work for our
can,
viewers?
yeah, we can. Unfortunately, a lot of times, if it's a very good question, we might want to prepare it and make sure that we give the best answer in a short and concise way. A lot of times, if there's too many questions coming in, the good
Of
news
course.
about being in Google Live or Facebook Live and questions are coming in, that those questions are recorded, and we can definitely take some of those topics and kind of dig in a little bit more to that topic. So, sometimes the best questions are the ones that are never asked. And you hope that the next person might have asked that question because you think it might be a dumb question. But let me tell you that the dumb question is the one that is never asked.
You can ask Ralph. I've asked him. I can't even tell you how many questions over the past years I've known him, but I was always the quiet one, believe it or not, going through school. I don't want to ask the questions. Maybe I was shy, who knows? But in business, I tell you
Are
what,
we talking about Alex here, or
yeah, the guy over here with the loud mouth, screaming at his local. No, I'm just kidding. Watering hole. Just kidding. So at the end of the day, you know, we're here to make it happen. This podcast will go forward. It's going to be new every day. We'll add some music. We'll get a professional intro. But as of now, I'm liking it. Anything else to add before we throw in the sponsors again, Ralph? Before we get out of here, I know that we have upcoming episodes. 10 steps to high definition selling. We do have a lot of recruiting aspects we're going to touch base topic wise. And definitely tax season's right around the corner, so definitely prepare for that. But Ralph?
No, I think that definitely the taxes. I know yesterday we talked about the PPP, the SBA loans.
Yes, definitely.
The help that is out there. I think that will warrant.
Can they find
episode.
information at the at your website there? We'll have it in the link. We'll share it. What's the website for the Triumph Solutions tax situation?
They can actually go to the theremotebookkeepers.com.
Okay.
And there's plenty of information from financial calculators to direct links to the SBA, and also resources depending on where you're at, where you can possibly get some help or get finance. And one of the things that let's don't forget, March 15th is the deadline for any partnerships, business returns. April 15 is going to be the personal taxes.
This is all on the website, definitely. But no, that's all important stuff. Looks like our time is wrapping up here. Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we're off. Again, for all your website graphics and SEO needs, please visit digitalmasteredco.com. Again, we spoke about the taxes. If you're interested in learning more about the SBA loans or getting your taxes done, please reach out to them at the remotebookkeepers.com. Thanks so much.
All right. So this is Raphael. And
adios, Alex.
This is Raphael and
Alex.
We're signing off from Hollywood and
Naples, Florida.
And we'll hope to hear you soon. Hasta la vista.
See you.